This isn't bad, is it? Got a sea view over there. I'm up on Ingleborough today in the Yorkshire Dales, and I'm out with Russ, aka a mountain bivvy. Russ is pitching up his helm. He's got a few war wounds. How many nights has this had doing the Wainwrights?
It's had about 42 nights use now through winter. It's lasted on the mountain tops.
It's had some abuse. There's the last few people who've been doing their 3 peaks. There was a lady in front of us, 83-year-old. She'd done 20 miles to get to here. She was proper putting me to shame. So it's not a long walk up, but it was really steep. But there's loads of flat spots to pitch up. And the views are stunning. Even making me coffee.
Yeah.
I like this. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Fancy.
Little thing.
Thank you. Yeah, well, dark green they call it.
Oh.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
That's the tent all pitched up. Maiden voyage for the Nallo 3. Not supposed to be windy tonight, but there's a fair bit of wind. So it might be a good test for it. More likely going to be overkill though. Look at the room though. Going to be comfy tonight. So I brought a new quilt to test today. Sierra Designs Nitro. So normally you see me with my UGQ quilts, but they're custom made, really expensive. That's one of the complaints that I get from viewers, that I use gear that is not really available for your average user. Something like this is more affordable, so it's a quality product for an affordable price. It is still not cheap, it's a little bit over 200 quid I think, but you know, the UGQ stuff, by the time you've got them imported, over £400 a quilt. So this is a happy medium, something that's good quality. Well, I'm hoping it's good quality. I've never had any problems with the other Sierra Designs bags that I've used. So yeah, we'll see how it goes tonight, and I'll let you know in the morning. You'll see what that's for in a bit. So the first time I'm able to get to the trig. There's been convoy after convoy of people, mainly doing the 3 peaks. Got it to ourselves now though. Right, let me formally introduce you to Russ. So Russ has got a few tricks up his sleeve. He's the first person and the only person to have camped on all 214 Wainwrights.
That's right, yes.
He's currently doing another adventure, 100 what?
The UK's bucket list 100 mountains, or the Trail 100, so the 100 biggest or best mountains in the UK.
Not a bad job, is it?
No.
So, amongst other things, Russ is a journalist, he's an author, he's got books published as well. So, in a minute, we're going to have a little bit of a chat around this little storm shelter, more of a podcasty thing. I'm going to put that on a separate video, which I will link in the description below, but that's just a little bit more about Russ anyway. That's not too shabby, is it? So this is the last of the sunset. Just been filming a little, like a chat with Russ. Bit of an interview sort of thing about his adventures. I'll link that video in the description when I've uploaded it. I reckon it's dropped about 10 degrees as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Just since that sun's gone down a little bit. It's going to be like pea soup here in a minute. Fingers going a bit numb. I'm going to eat it out of the bag today. Mackerel, hot chili sauce. Try not to get it all over my tent. So I've gone back to a chair that's lower. After all I said about that Big Agnes stool, which I still really do like. But in this ground chair, I can use it inside my tent. So when the door's closed, I've got somewhere to sit that's comfortable. Yeah, it's a ball ache to get in and out of. But when you're in here a long time, it's better than being sat on the floor. And I can sit and stare at that all day. Right. Almost that time. Quilt's lofted up nicely. Said I'd show you what this was for. You don't have to use this. You can just use it like you'd use a blanket or quilt at home, but if it gets really cold, you get a bit of a hood. quite wide as well, look. I don't think I'll need this on tonight though. So we'll just go normal blanket mode. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. Not quite as much to see this morning. The wind's completely changed direction. So it was blowing into the front of the tent last night, and now the back end. Morning, Russ.
Morning, Paul. You up?
Yeah, I'm up. Gonna get kettle on, I think.
Yeah, making the brew. Hi there.
That low cloud rolling in. Right, I'm going to get kettle on. Freezing. -1 last night. Was pushing the limits of the quilt. I think the comfort rating is -1. So at one point I did put the little thing over my face. But it's a decent bit of kit. Bit of free grass. That's the kitchen. Doesn't matter where I go. You either get epic views or nothing. Usually either side of the midnight. It's either a good morning or a good evening. Loving the tent. So much room inside, really comfortable. They do flap a bit in the wind, but it's definitely not going anywhere. Yeah, really comfy in there last night. Needs a bit of a tidy up before the rain comes. Right, we're all packed away. We're going to head off back down now. Big thank you to Russ for inviting me along today. Make sure to check out his stuff. So he's a Mountain Bivy on Instagram. What's the Facebook group again?
International Bivy Bag Day.
International Bivy Bag Day, if you're into that kind of thing. And check out his book. I'll put a link in the description below.